Welcome to Breath of Me podcast, which I might change to Breath of We podcast. Because honestly, I don't really care for the me part, for the whole personal thing about it. I always wanted it to be a group thing, and I feel like we is it's more suited. So, we're gonna talk about consciousness today, even though all is consciousness, and that's what we talk about regardless, no matter how it seems. And we're going to talk about the journey of consciousness and how through this journey of consciousness arises the belief that we're primarily this body and the body alone. So all this does is bounds us within the body instead of allowing us to be free from things that will come, such as emotions, experiences, thoughts, and sicknesses. Though in this limited form of consciousness, we are given the opportunity to discover and to unify with our true selves. First, by letting go of concepts and ideas that we believe to hold about the self. Consciousness, which is our true self, is timeless, ageless, and permanent. Unlike the body, we find ourselves in a way stuck, in a way giving into the body. In being so, we take things personally, such as experiences, judgments, and projections. In a meditation, or some may call a trip induced by Salvia Divinorum, also known as the Sage of the Diviners, it allowed a state of no mind, where a conversation with self was clear from concepts, beliefs, and memories. All that remained was the now and the intention to figure out all of this. It proceeded as such. What is this? You, everything. Who are you? You, I am always here. You choose to listen or not. What? How can this all be figured out? What is there to be figured out if you is everything? Then it was as a part of me was lost for words, and another part of me was full of knowingness. In the silence came, if you are a character in a book, how can this whole book be understood if you are bounded by the perception of the character as well as what the book contains? To truly begin to comprehend that which is you, you must look beyond you, beyond that which is visible. Coming to this process allowed me to enter a place where we seem to look the least. The last place we would look for things that we seek always, such as peace, happiness, love. I started to come to terms that we must look within. All the YouTube videos and teachers I would read or listen to would say this in some way, in some shape or form. Though it was completely going over my head at the time, I still found myself looking for happiness in external things, whether it was those around me, food, items, or any of those temporary stimuluses. To truly come to who we actually are, past everything including conditioning, to even know the body we're living in, we must look within. Because we all know, as below, or as above, so below, as within, so without. We are all consciousness, tasting the human experience in its many forms. Though when we solely associate with the body, we only limit ourselves from a full experience. In this act, the consciousness begins to believe it is the body and its limiting beliefs, such as its insecurities, its traumas, and its selfishness. This is when the term illusion may arise. a thing that poses to be true, but is actually false. Our true self, which is consciousness, has been eluded or put under some sort of hypnosis that is the body and the body alone. Consciousness playing the role of a person places it in a place of restrictions. Though there's so much we can do, staying at this personal perspective, seeing everything in this personal perspective, only limits us from what we can explore being our true and free selves, So, finding ourselves wanting to be free as if we've been locked up and chained away since birth, it's kind of funny, Because when we truly look, look deep inside, we see that we were not forced to do anything to begin with. We're not forced to hold on to things such as limiting concepts to begin with, though many find ourselves entangled in that. So, our true selves, which is consciousness, knows only freedom, knows only peace, until we engage with the limits of the mind and its concepts, along with its desires, along with its projections, which ultimately lead to suffering, or even the feeling that something is missing or incomplete. We must, even in speech, speak from a place of consciousness instead of a place of the person, which asks how, when, and where. Though this speech may aid us through our journey to realize that through it, we are beyond the how, when, and where. So say we rid ourselves of concepts, or even just the idea that we're doing something. For example, one says in meditation, "This is difficult." Though there is nothing to do, still a but arises. Say these are simply concepts, yet created and picked up. Though we are able to, even if for a few moments, release these concepts, what remains? What remains when no thinking takes place? What remains when there's nothing to do? In this silence, in this state of no mind and no mine, what is happening? Pure observation, pure awareness, pure consciousness, our true being. There is a spiritual teacher named Mooji. You can find him on YouTube where he has many videos. He believes that all that one needs to even come to this place is simply an open understanding, an open heart, a willingness to lay aside the loads of concepts that we find ourselves holding on to. This gives us a fresh set of eyes. This allows us to see all that we may have overlooked. Coming to see that we're all that we seek, may it be love, peace, or just bliss. We are the ones that will set ourselves free. We are the ones to set ourselves free. We are our own freedom. But we must see this for ourselves. But the only way we must see this is going within. So this is an exercise for Mooji that may find its way in the beginning of all the talks that we're going to have. It's a simple one, and it's easy as one allows it to be. There's not much doing, it's just mostly letting go. And it begins as such. Before you enter a space, such as this one where you're listening to me, or a space where there's something to be gained, may it be liberation, seeking self, or even a sense of peace, which all isn't too far because this is all concepts part of the illusion, or even part of you. So, first, you leave your mind behind, meaning everything you believe to be true. Let go of how things have been, along with how things could have been. All projections of how you want your life to be, your desires, your memories. All these things will be waiting for you, always to be picked up, if you please. Allowing yourselves to be free from these bombarding thoughts, all these things that run rampant in our minds. Allowing ourselves to be empty from this and immersed in the here and the now. No need to think, what's now? What's next? Be here now. Be here only. What is left in the now? Without judgments, attachments, or desires. Are you still not you? Are you not here? Find that which just is, never changing, never altering. It just is. This is our true self. This is our true state of being. There is no effort to just be, though the rewards are infinite. Whatever or whenever anything comes up, allow it to leave. Just allow it to leave as quickly as it came. There's no need to push anything away, and there's no need to try to hold on. There's just letting go. And the breathing, it helps so times a million trillion much with helping the body along through this process. Because since we have made ourselves so sure that we're just this identity, that we're this body, everything we feel we automatically associate ourselves with. So say I start feeling sad, or I start feeling sad, then my body starts feeling a mucky, heavy weight that I know that isn't me. Though this just comes along with the emotion, comes along with the concept of that emotion, or just everything, built up with that. So instead of myself automatically associating myself with this feeling, automatically saying, I am this, or I am feeling this, and this is just what it is, and this is how it is. I can just recognize this. Okay, it's that. Accept it. And I don't even try to force it away. I see it for what it is, and I just release it. Because I know, deep down, I know, you don't even have to go that deep. I know that this is just not me. That this is something that is just simply temporary. This is something that comes and it passes, because I see that this is this behavior in the past. But it's my choice to say, okay, sadness arises. Let me associate myself with sadness, and let me hold sadness here, because this is me. I am feeling sadness, so I am sad. So I'm sadness. That's me. But this is not true. I am not sadness. I am not sad. I can feel sadness. These are some things I can feel and experience, but it's my choice to carry it, make it a burden, or release it. Be true to myself, be real with myself, and truly release it. Not just, nah, I'm not feeling this way. Nah, it's whatever. I'm better than this. Nah. It's just, okay, I see what this is, and I even see what may have caused it. And if there's something I can do to change it, shit, I might as well do that. But if there's nothing I can do, the only thing that's in my power is to release it. Not force it away, just release it. Breathe. Oh, how the breathing have helped me. Breathing helps the body release it. Because it can be released in the mind. We can have it there's so much things that we know and that we just don't apply. We know these things that are good for us, that will better us, yet we don't apply it. So sure, it can be in the mind, but we have to have a firm belief throughout our whole entire being and body that, this is just not what it is. And then we are able to, let those things go, be free of these things, even body-wise, It's beautiful. Just being. It's no effort to just be, And that's why, I vouch so much for the breathing. Because breathing is really a lost art, especially, in Western terms. Every other place, holds breathing or knows the power of breathing, of deep, true breathing. Though here, It's rarely even spoken about. So to begin this path or journey of, releasing things that don't serve us, which is mostly everything that we carry, we must we must take count for within. We must check in with within. We must check in with ourselves. And a great way of doing that, and a great way of letting go of the thoughts, is just tapping into that breathing, focusing on the breath. Because when you're focusing on the breath, you're nowhere else. You're just focusing on the breath. We're not too good at multitasking. Though we have convinced ourselves we are, we're not too good at it. It's been proven, you can search this up for yourself, that multitasking actually wastes time. Moving to this, to this, to this, trying to do these things in the, like, all at once, you're wasting time, and you're spreading out your energy. Therefore, your productivity is not to its full extent, its full extent or its full potential. So we must start giving things our energy one thing at a time. So if we're focusing on self, focus on self. Like, stay with the breath. The breath is only healing you. The breath is only freeing you. Freeing you from thoughts, freeing you from emotions that are not even yours, freeing you from tension that is so 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 old, tension that is like literally tension that's been carried since we were children. It's about time that we're free from these things. Like, we owe it to ourselves, and we all want to be free. All our souls ache to be free. So it's like what are you gonna do now? Like, are you gonna continue holding on? Are you gonna continue suffering or letting go? Are you gonna suffer or let go? Are you gonna suffer or let go? Are you gonna suffer or let go? It's our choice. It's our choice, seriously. Like, the choice is literally ours. And I don't even know why I say seriously, but no, I do know why I say serious. I say serious because, like, we have to realize that we're the one in power. Like, we have to stop thinking of ourselves as these small, like, useless, worthless beings, because we are worthy. We are beautiful. We are strong. We are peace. We are bliss. We are love. We are joy. We are power. We're all these things we want to be, though we must see it for ourselves. And if not, then our body or our mind or all these things that are only, like, tools for our spirit will never come to believe it, because it will keep itself in the same loop, in the same hypnosis or illusion that it's only this and what it experiences and that alone. And it will never let itself be free from these things. And that's and I feel I believe this is why we are here, to come to remember who we truly are again. And then we can actually start doing the work. That's in the work. No, and the work is no work. We can actually we can start doing what we came here to do, and that's to be free. Yeah, to be free and to do and experience everything we want, and experience all these emotions, these feelings, because these are beautiful things. Like, all these emotions and this human experience, all these humanly things we experience, it's beautiful. Pain, love is so beautiful to experience, because we have to realize that without this body, without these senses, like, we wouldn't be able to feel all these things. So it's like we must be grateful and thankful and blessed for this experience, because we are blessed. Because shit, like, without us, like, there's no experience, no? Or without you, like, how do you know there's experience to be even have? Without your mind, how do you know that anything is real? So we must cherish these things, because this is truly a beautiful experience that we are experiencing. But we must let ourselves fully experience it to our full potential, and not keep ourselves bounded and limited. Watch what you say to yourself. Watch your internal dialogue. Watch what you say to others. Watch what you accept from others. Watch what you accept from yourself, you know? You are beautiful. You are powerful. Believe it. Go within yourself. See all the things blocking you from seeing this. See all the things from blocking you from being fully free. And let them go. You don't have to hold on to them. You don't have to give them the reason why. Oh, this is why it happened. This is why. This is why. This is because of this. Or I need to do this. Or I need to change this. I need to change that. I need to change this. This person needs to change. No, let all that go. Let all that go. Excuse. And just be free. Nothing matters but being free. And we are coming to see this as a whole. That we need to let go of everything that distinguishes ourselves. Everything that, separates ourselves. Separates ourselves from ourselves and separates ourselves from each other, That keeps us from fully being able to connect with each other the way we want to, the way our soul aches to. We need to start spreading love. Spreading love not only to ourselves, but to people around us. To people in our platforms that we have. To everyone we come in contact to. Because this really ripples. It ripples within us and it ripples without us. Oh, thank you. I'm so, it's a beautiful time to be alive. Because we are seeing change right in front of our faces. We are seeing change within. And there's those that actually want change. And we will achieve it because change is there. Change is there with the the one that never changes, which is our true self. Peace. Bliss. If anyone thinks that there's anything I can improve or anything you would like to see or anything you would like for me to speak about, or if you just want to chat with me, I'm always here. Just contact me, comment. I'm always here. I'm so easy to reach. I love you. Thank you for coming here, gravitating toward this space. I love you, I love you, I love you. See you soon.